everybody. This is Waldorf.
And this is Stanley.
And now we have Battle Report 255.
255.
Kingdom of Equitaine versus the Ogre Khans.
At Huzzah Hobbies.
Yep. Here we go. There's my list. Kind of the same list I've been using. Actually, I haven't changed anything yet.
Yeah, yet. Key term.
Yet will be the key term. And I'm playing a Wild Heart list. So you've got Mammoth Hunter General with Leader of the Pack, Iron Fist, Heart Ripper, Alchemist Alloy, Dragonfire Gem, Talisman of Shieldings, and the Wild Heart. Mammoth Hunter BSB with Leader of the Pack, Iron Fist, Death Cheater, and Cult Leader. It's the one that gives him the 18-inch BSB.
Right.
Another Mammoth Hunter, Leader of the Pack, Iron Fist, Wrestler's Belt, and Troll Leader for regen. Shaman, Master of Shamanism, Iron Fist, and a Magical Heirloom. 2 units of 3 Tribesmen with Musicians and Paired Weapons. And 8 Tribesmen with Full Command and Iron Fist. 3 Saber-Toothed Tigers. 4 Tusker Cav with Standard Musician, Great Weapons, and the Banner of something. Mm-hmm. The Banner of Reroll Ones.
Yeah. That's what that translates to.
That's what it means. That's what that word means. Yeah. And 2 Rock Aurochs.
Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's Welsh. It translates to Banner of Rerollable Ones.
It is.
One of our Welsh listeners could confirm that. We'd appreciate it.
So I took Stone Skin, Master of Earth, Summer Growth, and Entwining Roots. And, of course, he took Shamanism with Break the Spirit, Savage Fury, Awaken the Beast, Swarm of Insects just to annoy me, and Children of Umi.
Okay.
We're going to play Refused Flank and Hold the Ground, which is the center of the board. So, starting at the top is Impassable, Water, Hill, Field, Fence, Ruin,
Mystical Fence,
Field,
Woods.
Another Woods kind of in the center, and another Fence Mystical up top. And I picked sides, so he dropped first.
My least interesting setup.
And what's the diagonal?
Yeah.
I don't dislike the diagonal setup.
Yeah, I just like how it pins you on the sides.
Oh, the corners.
Yeah.
You end up with about the same amount of frontage.
It's the depth.
What's that? Oh, yeah. And the depth is much narrower, especially on the flanks. Yep. Correct. So anyway, so that we have that. And based on that, there's my deployment. I put my big unit down here over the left, Peg Knights, to be able to deal with the big multi-wound creatures here.
Uh-huh.
You know, looking back, I probably might have liked it better against these guys, but I think the 2 Rock Rocks are the bigger... I thought the 2 Rock Rocks are the bigger threat.
Okay.
And I think he goes through anything. So, Vanguards...
You know, when you start the video with, this probably would have been a better option. It doesn't bode well for the rest of the video.
It doesn't?
No.
So, Vanguards, you can see his hunters, all 3 come out. And we go to turn 1.
Okay.
Turn 1 is this hunter over here just doesn't care. He's going to go stand right in front of me.
Yep.
This is the stand. This is the hunter, the troll eater one. Okay. And this guy with this pick is his BSB, and the guy here with the big club, which you can't really see in this picture, is his general.
Okay.
So they all come forward, and like I said, the dogs are chaffing me up, and they're just hanging around behind him. The idea here was he wanted to come forward, and since the BSB's with this unit of Grail Knights, he can be singled out for his spear, hunting spear.
Oh, okay.
But it only does a single wound, so I'm not that concerned about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in cover.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he comes forward there, and you can see the 2 Rock Aurochs actually kind of backed up just to make sure they didn't have... the general gets +2 to charge. If he charges alone, he gets +2 charge range if he's charging Fear Causers.
And his guy's out of your line of sight of the peg. Then.
Correct. This guy's just out.
Okay.
So he backed up to make sure I didn't have a 22-inch charge to even try to get to one of them. Anyway, and you can see everything else comes and clogs the whole area. It goes back to my turn. Not a lot happens in Magic. It goes to my turn, and I decide to double charge this guy.
Okay.
Because I can wheel this unit in and get one Grail Knight as well. And this unit charged the dog, and he decided to flee.
Okay.
And he only went 3 inches, so
Okay.
he didn't go very far. Sat right there. And then I can't get to him, so I redirected into his general with this unit. And then because this unit, I decided to push this unit far forward because my idea is to bait this unit to charge me.
Okay.
So.
And what unit is that? I can't.
This is just one of the Knights Aspirant.
Okay.
And then so the yeomen come forward to chaff these because I don't want those to be able to chaff me.
And the reason why you were in that formation?
I like having a rank. The what's his name?
The yeoman.
The yeoman. Oh, not quite sure.
You were 2-2 and 1.
Yeah, it was 2-2 and 1. I'm not quite sure why I did that.
Okay.
Because I think I was limited on how far they could get.
Okay.
I could get 2 of them that far. I don't think I could get the next 2. Could not quite make up the 5 wide. So anyway, so
you turn your Pegasus to turn to the center.
Pegasus, since he backed up so far with the Rock Aurochs, I turned the Pegasus to the center. Pegasi to the center.
Okay.
And the Brigands backed up a couple steps and shot off the non-fleeing dog.
Okay.
And over here, of course, these 2 units
made
it
in. Okay.
And over here, we charged and killed his general. Got the stone skin off on myself.
Okay.
And charged and killed his general without taking a wound. And overran and killed this dog, if I remember.
You did overrun. Okay.
There it is. Overran, killed the dog, and there we send.
Okay.
So that's going well.
All right. So that guy's going to be going someplace else.
And over on the right, we charged in and did absolutely nothing.
Okay.
So, again, like I said here, is I want him to charge me, I'll flee, and then I can bait him, bait him in for this unit.
Yeah.
And so there you have it. We're going into turn 2.
And he charged you and you fled.
He charged me, I fled. Over here, the general is going to charge into the BSB now is going to go try to avenge the general.
Okay.
And he's charging into here with against my BSB and 2-3 Grail Knights.
Okay.
Their flee was a 3.
That's not good.
Really? Your vast experience tells you this, huh?
It does. It does.
So
I think you need to roll better.
So that doesn't look good.
I think there's 2 green knights together, and they were bickering,
just chatting back here in the back corner.
Like, what? You were supposed to wear the yellow suit.
Yeah. So okay, he also charged into my yellow.
Okay.
And these 3 tribesmen charged into the flank of my Grail Knights.
Okay.
He can barely see the back corner of them.
Okay.
So the Tuskers come forward, and of course they catch me, turn into the center of the board.
Make a leadership check and turn.
Yep. Over here, the yeomen get picked up. These guys make it in. The tribesmen make it in. They make, there's the yeoman. Now they get picked up at some point. General, of course, makes it in. And his 2 Rock Aurochs just march forward.
Since you turned in.
Since I turned in. And he even charged his BSB in there with me having stone skin up, which was very shocking to me. But he did get Awaken the Beast for +1. I think he went +1 strength, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And then, just because he wanted scarification, he throws Savage Fury on this unit and gets it off because I let it go because it's not a big deal. And then he puts Children of Umi on them as well.
Okay.
Which I could not stop.
Uh-huh.
Over here, he charged into the flank. Total combined did a single wound. I did 2 to him. Mm-hmm. He's just replacing him there. There you go.
It's before me.
So he did a total of 1 wound. I did 2 to him, and I lost by 1, but both units stuck.
Okay.
Of course, these guys crushed the yeoman.
Yep. Well, they were fighting you.
Yeah. And over here, we done this fight. Yeah, we did this fight, and actually nothing. No wounds on either side.
Okay.
Which was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Back to my turn. The big unit of Knights of the Realm sees the children of Umi on this unit and wants no part of them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to declare charge into his shaman's unit.
Oh, okay.
His shaman's unit flees,
Mm-hmm.
which leaves me with one choice.
Yep.
Because I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, if I charge and get like a 4 or better, I'm giving them my flank.
Yep.
Which is not good. So we're all in. So we're going to decide to, we redirect, manage it, and get into there.
Mm-hmm.
Elsewhere, the general, the peg unit, not just the general, the general himself charged.
Mm-hmm.
General himself charged out into the tribesmen that were already fleeing and pushed them further, redirected into the 3 tribesmen, and they fled as well. I didn't want to come in here because I'm in a challenge with him. The BSB and his BSB are in a challenge, and I did not want to send him into there.
But you're okay with those 2 rocks running into you?
I got plans for them.
Okay.
At least one of them. So, of course, in the the Knights of the Realm do make it into the Tuskers.
Okay.
There's my general on his failed charge. Just floats out there. The mounted yeomen walk out and block this rock back here in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't wheel past me, so it keeps him off my general.
Mm-hmm.
The pegs come back out here out of sight.
Okay.
My archers shoot up this one. My plan is this guy will charge and I'll flee and end up out here.
Right.
And he'll try to redirect a long charge, I guess, into here and be sitting there for the pegs to go after.
Right.
Is what I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, my bowmen get angry and put 2 wounds on him to boot, which is fantastic. And we move on to this fight. This turn I get off the oaken throne, but he manages to stop I failed casting the next spell, and he stopped everything else.
Okay. So no help.
And I do not...
You're not supposed to reorganize your troops in the middle of the game.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So, unbelievable. I charge in there. I do no wounds between impact and, the 10 strength 6 hits.
Yep.
Do nothing. Just bounce completely off of him. He fights back and does 8.
And your mage?
My mage is still alive.
Okay.
Because he couldn't hit the mage because all his attacks are going pretty much at the same time. So, yeah, I have one model left.
Okay, and your mage.
And actually, it shouldn't be the banner. It should be the champ, which is over here. I pulled the wrong one. But, yeah, I got that going for me. Over here, this fight continues. We put a wound here. He does none. So it's a push because he has a flank and I have a wound. Over here, we beat the BSB who charged us this round. This round, my BSB puts 2 wounds on him. He puts 1 on me. We both have banners. I win by 1. He runs.
Okay, but you don't catch him.
And I don't catch him. So everything would be looking good if this over here, this menacing unit right here, is not in place. So that's what we have. There we go. That's what we have going into his turn. So turn 3 comes up. Turn 3, the Rock Auroch charges in here. I do hold because I'm within 6 and leadership 8. So I stick around, and the other Rock Oh, sorry, and he actually did it. He did it incorrect. He should have charged the general first, but he did not.
Right.
My general was still here.
Oh, okay.
Had not had to flee yet, so because he
Okay.
did this charge first, so I was
Okay.
leadership 9 instead of 8.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but one way or another, I stayed.
Right.
The other rock charges my general. My general decides to flee and comes out here, which unfortunately is
Not very far.
well, it was okay, but it was right where these guys are going to be in
Yeah.
2 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
which is unfortunate. Because they charge into the side
Of those
of
guys.
my Grail Knights with my BSB in it.
And the Rock did what?
The rock fails and just shifts forward.
Okay. Oh, he didn't try to go up.
No, he figured it was the same, and with these guys already coming in, he didn't need it.
Okay.
Both the 2 units of tribesmen rally.
Okay.
His BSB rallied.
Wow. Okay.
His BSB's a 9.
I mean,
And then he's
all
got
3 units. That's
well, the BSB's a 9. He rallied him first
That's
smartly,
true, and he helps
and then
him
he's
get
got
this.
an 18-inch to help both those.
Yeah, but still.
Still, yeah. But they all rally, and they're
Yeah.
all good, and that's where he is.
Okay.
This time he gets off Awaken the Beast and Savage Fury again.
Okay.
And what else? I think that's it. And proceeds to butcher me, overrun, and kill my general.
Okay.
Yeah. But for what they're worth, their leadership 5 brigands decide they're not scared of any of that. And they're just going to stick around where they are.
Okay, at least for another turn.
So that's what we got going into the bottom of
Looks
4.
like he killed one of his guys.
I did.
Yeah.
I got that going for me. My BSB killed one. He got the lethal strike thing off, the Virtue of Renown, and dropped one. Over here, the Peg Knight back to buy, turn bottom of 4. Peg
Right.
Knights charge into the flank of the Rock Auroch.
Yep.
These guys go into 2 wide formation
They're looking for an arc.
and block.
Where's Noah?
And they do manage to block this because
Okay.
that's
Did they fail their march test? They couldn't.
they failed their march test,
Okay.
so they could only go enough to get to right
Okay.
there. And these were the close guys,
Right,
so
right.
that's why I had to
Okay.
drop back to 2x2. But still lets them all shoot at this guy,
Yeah.
which they do nothing to,
Okay.
which is as it should be.
And they can all shoot because they're in skirmish formation.
Correct. So the Peg Knights smash through the
Good job.
Rock Auroch. I mean, it had 2 wounds on it already, so I needed
Yeah.
to do 4,
good.
and
Good
managed
job.
to do it. So they crushed it, and they overrun into the other one.
Okay.
Bonk. And over here, not sure what that's showing, but it's where they are. Oh, over here,
Wow.
yeah, he his character goes nuts, kills a couple of the aspirants and runs them down. He ran down those. This was on the turn before, actually.
Oh,
He ran down the aspirants.
And they killed
He
some
did
Grails.
not run down killed 2 of the Grail Knights as well. They had a terrible armor save round.
Mm.
And the Grail Knight did rally in my turn and turn
Okay.
to face him. So back to his turn. The Tusker is going to charge into the poor brigands. This is not what they're designed to fight. Actually, I did an extra wound too. Look at that.
Look at that.
And his BSB comes into the side of my Peg Knights to help out against the Rock Auroch.
Okay.
The
And those guys
2
run into
tribesmen charge my
Grail Knight.
rallied Grail Knight, and Big Boy walks up here on the hill just to watch, keep an eye on him. And as you can see, the big unit of tribesmen has moved forward and claimed the token. They're sitting on it
Okay.
for the center of the board. They do nothing to me, and I put a wound on them.
Okay.
So we're going to stick around for another turn. This combat, he gets break the spirit off on me, on the Peg Knights, and he charges in. Of course, my champion declares a challenge, so this guy will have
Right.
to fight him to keep him off my unit at least. I charge the flank. I put 3 wounds on the Rock Auroch. he does nothing back to me, including this guy.
Oh, okay.
So armor and wards were fantastic for a turn. He breaks. I elect to chase the Rock Auroch instead of him.
Okay.
The reason being, I've got Break the Spirit on me.
Yeah.
And I lose a guy from the Break the Spirit.
Right.
But had I chase him, I also go through the woods.
Right. Right.
So I elected not to take those extra rounds of dangerous terrain checks and go after the Rock Auroch. Not sure if that was a good idea or not, but at this point it doesn't really matter.
And a failed charge wouldn't have helped you any.
So we go another round of combat over here. I do a wound. He does nothing. It's just continuing. These guys, of course, pivot around after. Yeah,
shocked.
It's a shock. It was a shocking defeat
Those
for
Brigands
me.
let you down.
They did.
Yeah.
Over here, the on his, I didn't take the picture, but on his turn, the Mammoth Hunter charged into the flank.
He decided he had enough of that.
Yeah, he was tired of watching, and his tribesmen make a long charge into my Peg Knights.
Why are the other ones heading towards the end of the table?
Just to get out of the way. They're not fleeing. They're just walking.
Okay.
He just figured he was getting them completely out of the way.
Okay.
But yeah, he made a long charge into them. And everyone else just kind of hangs out where they are.
Okay.
Because it is turn 6 now, and it doesn't really matter. We go into the fight. He gets Awaken the Beast off on himself with +1 strength, which I wasn't really that sad about because it actually bumps my ward save up. Although it makes him easier to wound me, and but it does give me that. But I had to let something through.
Yep.
So rather than Break the Spirit or Children of Umi, I let this go through.
Right.
I end up doing 6 wounds to him, but with his strength 5, he just butchered 3 of me. He did 6 wounds back to me, left me with just 1 guy, and then proceeded to run me down and kill me.
Okay.
Which ended the game as I have no troops left.
Yes.
For the bottom of turn 6. So.
Hence Steve's comment at the beginning of the game.
And there we have it.
Yeah.
I did manage a point.
Okay.
Yeah. This was not a good showing.
Well, the party had to end at some point.
It did. This was my first loss with this army.
Yeah.
So, I should have dug up the Sound of Silence song so I could play that right now. I'll start with that Hello Darkness, my old friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. These guys off to the right, left again, should have been placed in the center, where they could have kept his whole army at bay, especially this unit. But I thought my idea was I could pop out here and then just kind of sweep the flank or whatever, but yeah, that didn't work out. Leaving him the 10-inch charge, I was only 10 inches away. It's probably a little too close. I mean, it should be safe, but I probably should have played it a little closer and stayed at least 12 or 13 away from him. That way it's an easy charge, so he'll probably charge, but at least I can have a much better chance of getting away.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I didn't mention it in the video, but when he did catch me, the yeoman the brigands up here panicked, fled, and never rallied.
All right.
So
forgot all about those guys.
So did I.
Yeah.
For good reason.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, like I said, this was okay. It's what I set up. It's what I wanted to do. But again, I wasn't counting on rolling a 3, and I should have been a little bit more prepared. Because if I was started at even 13 away, then that's a 16. So he might not even make it. But anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
At least it's a roll that way, where it's almost auto this way. I don't know what I was thinking here. When I declared the charge with the general, I declared the charge with the general.
Right.
On this unit, I just completely forgot it was already fleeing.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
This unit, for some reason, just completely blew. And then when I redirected, I should have redirected into the flank of him.
Yeah.
Because that would have left the these guys to do exactly what they did and come up here and chaff this one, and that's a decently long charge over here. And it turns out he didn't. It turns out this guy lost the combat on this turn anyway.
Right.
But if the general's in there as well, it also, while he's not can't wound the guy, he can at least get the charge in the flank.
Yeah.
Which gives him a -2 to his combat res, which makes him much more likely to break. So anyway, this was a terrible choice to charge both these units.
Why did you feel you had to charge at all?
I don't know, because I could have done exactly what you see right here.
Yeah.
And moved the pegs right to where they are now, and then I'm in great shape to deal with either one of these on the following turn. Exactly.
Or bounce all even to the other side.
Even more so,
Yeah.
I could have put this unit here and put the general over here.
Right.
So that they're both there and free, because he doesn't really have shooting to speak of.
Right.
So, I mean, he's got a couple crossbow shots. And his harpoons are all tied up, and it doesn't matter because they're one wound anyway. But anyway, yeah, that was not a good move. My idea was to push him out of his BSB range so he couldn't, he's got one chance to rally and he's out of the game.
Right.
Was what I was looking at, but it just was not a smart move. The other thing, once I saw what was happening and I was going to be stuck out here in the field, I should have given up this unit and put them in front of the Rock. They roughly cost about the same.
You didn't conga line your guys to try to block both of them? It wasn't.
They couldn't. They failed their march test.
Oh, okay, that's.
They had failed their march test.
Okay.
Well, no, they made their march test, but they were over here. No, because I looked at conga lining them, but every conga line ended up with them facing the general. Left the overrun potential into the general from somebody.
Yeah.
I needed I needed this unit, the pegs, to just suck it up and take the charge. They're probably going to die from it, but again, he's more important than they are for other reasons. So, yeah, did not play it well. I didn't think. So, anyway. So, got the first loss and kind of deserved it.
There you go. So you got it off your books.
There you go.
So all wins from now.
It's back to all wins from now on. But anyway, yeah, he played it well, and I didn't. That's all I can say. But I did get both the Rocks, and I'm getting a new respect for this unit even without him in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a good number.
I mean,
6 attacks.
when they blew through both Rocks, I was like, wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, what, 11 strength 6 attacks and 6 strength 4 attacks?
Yeah.
Charge?
It's nothing to sneeze at.
I mean, it's not great, but it'll mess up a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Especially when they're hitting this big stupid thing on 3s. So, I mean, they shouldn't kill it. And they didn't. But with the charge and the flank, and now he's only got the significance. He's got 5 strength 6 attacks. Which is, again, nothing to sneeze at, but he's only going to hit 2.5 of them.
Yeah, because he's got terrible... a lot of monsters don't have great weapons.
And then I've got a 5 up versus it. So it's not that scary. Anyway.
Especially if you have a banner in there.
Correct. So, that's going to do it. Thanks for listening.
Until next time.